Well, as you said, it's a very big field, and there's an awful lot of work to be done.
I think that at the moment, if I were at high risk of having Alzheimer's disease because of having a certain genetic flaw that made me especially vulnerable to it, or if my mother or other first-degree relatives had the disease, then I would certainly be thinking seriously of raising my ketones to prevent, from the age of about 60 on, trying to prevent development of Alzheimer's disease.
At what age is Alzheimer's disease typically diagnosed?
The great majority of cases occur after the age of 65, and from 65 on, the incidence doubles every decade, so it increases exponentially, and therefore when you're 85 or 90, you've got about a 50-50 chance of getting the disease.
But isn't it true that by the time they're able to make a diagnosis that cell deterioration in the brain has been occurring for potentially as long as 20 years?
That's quite correct. I think the goal of medicine should be to identify what I call preclinical sporadic Alzheimer's disease at the very earliest possible stage. And there are techniques for doing this, but at the moment they're quite expensive. And
so if you were at risk for Alzheimer's disease, you might consider taking it even earlier than 60.
If you're at high risk of having it, I think you might be getting changes in your brain as in the late 30s or 40s. And now we know that subtle changes in cognition occur which are not picked up unless you make a serious effort to identify them. So if we're going to deal with this problem of Alzheimer's, we've got to learn how to diagnose it before it really takes hold.